Hi, thanks for checking out our channel. What I got in front of us here is a Speedrite 580. It's a 110 volt model made by Speedrite. I think Speedrite Equipment Limited has now been bought out way back when by True Test. But anyways, Speedrite, the company, is still around. This is a 5.8 stored joule unit, or output joule unit, I believe. I think stored joules, I'm going to take a wild guess, I may be wrong, but I'm going to say probably 8 joules, give or take, stored. The unit, what it was doing was it was clicking and pulsing, but no output. I opened the unit up, I disconnected the output transformer from the output board that connects these terminals here, just to get that output board out of the way, and then tested the transformer, and I was getting like 1.5. So I was like, well, there's mostly like the issues, the transformer. So I pulled the transformer out. Here's what the transformer looked like that was in it. This old thing. But yeah, this is what would connect to your, it sits like this. There's a little board inside there and it plugs in like this and goes to these terminals. So I pulled these wires off, and this tested right here with my electric fence tester, and I was getting like 1.5 or something like that. And this over here, there's a bunch of wire that plug onto it and they go over to the board and everything. So they don't make this transformer anymore, so I had to come up with another transformer for it. So I took another one, and it was similar in shape and size, and had these metal plates in it like the this one did. So I slid it right down into place. Fastened it down. I wired it onto the old output board and wired into the wires that went over to the board that's inside here, and boom, it started working just fine again. The only thing I changed in it as well, the capacitors were pretty weak. They're reading about half of what they should, or a little bit less, and look like to be possibly the original capacitors to the unit. So for being 20 something years old, I imagine that just over time age wore the capacitors down and they just went weak. But that wasn't causing the unit not to put low output. It was still clicking and pulsing, just no output, very little, because the transformer was bad. So while I had it, I went ahead and changed out the capacitors as well. I figured, though the customer figured it was better change them now than wait 6 months or 2 years for the capacitors went out again, or went out altogether. So we went ahead and changed them while we had it in here now, and saves, shipping, another labor charge and more shipping back and forth. So we took care of the customer on that. Now it's working just fine. So now I'm going to plug it in, turn it on, and show you what it does. Real quick, it does have 2 lights, or well, 3 lights on here. There's one down here and then these 2 here. This is just your power light. It just tells you that the power's on with the unit. This is the Energizer OK light. This is flashing, should be working. This is doesn't really have a labeling for this one here, but this is like your fence OK light, I would call it. If this light's flashing, then you've got your voltage on your fence should be good. I did try something earlier. If you short your fence and ground together, just dog this thing, worst case scenario, dog all the way down, this light goes out. So if I think it takes about 3,000 volts to turn that light on. So if the voltage roughly falls below 3,000 volts on the fence, this light will go out. Then hey, I've got a problem somewhere. Most likely it's the fence. But if you unhook your fence and ground and plug your unit back in, and this light goes back to flashing, then most likely your problem's the fence and not this. But there's always a possibility there's something weak inside not allowing you to power through the fence, so never know. But anyways, it's working good again for the customer. So I'm going to power it on here and show you what it does. It's got a nice hard thump to it. There's your power light, just tells you, hey, the power's on. There's your Energizer OK light saying the Energizer's flashing, it's okay. And then it's hard to see it, but there's a little light down here that flashes. You see it flashing there. So I'm going to take this little analog tester here. This isn't an exact accuracy with this thing, but it gives you a pretty good ballpark of what it's putting out. It's peaking out about 6.5. So 6.5 kV or 6,500 volts. So pretty good shot coming from it. Now, just for the heck of it, it was like putting a wire across the terminals or put screwdrivers across the terminals just to see the spark that unit will throw. So just fun to see sometimes. I guess see how strong these things are. So man, it's much brighter. It almost blinds like a arc welder would. It's not that bright, but it's pretty bright. I mean, it's nice. I mean, there's a bit of a gap there, but there ain't a very big gap, but it doesn't have to be big. But just the spark, the brightness of the spark it throws is really good. And it's hard to see in the picture video there, but the tips of the screwdriver are black from that thing jumping a spark there. So it's nice and hot, and it's definitely working like it should. But anyways, this unit's working great again for the customer. If you've ever got this unit or one like it, we'd be happy to help you out with troubleshooting or repairs on it. We're located in the United States. You can go to our, in the description below is a link to our website, so you can click on there and go there and see what all that we do. We work on mostly electric fencers and energizers and stuff, but we work on other things as well. But this is our bread and butter. What we do is the electric fence boxes and stuff and we work on every brand under the sun, whether it's still built today, if it was discontinued 50 years ago. We'll look at all of them. We do give free estimates on everything. We also put 1.5 year warranties on everything that we repair, which includes lightning damage as part of our repair warranty. So even if it's 35 years old and we rebuild the thing or get it going again, and we put 1.5 year warranty on it. So if you ever have any questions, you can send it down in the comments below. You can put something on there and ask questions about it. We'll help you troubleshoot. If we have parts that we can help you do repairs with, we'll try to help you with that. Or if you just don't want to fool with it, you can always send it to us and let us fool with it. Anyways, like and subscribe if you'd like to. We're happy to answer anybody's questions. So till next time, we'll put another video out here one of these days and help you out with more repairs.